Welcome back to the podcast with two gamers who play Hogwarts Legacy. One knows how to dodge and one doesn't. It's up to you to fit it. I wasn't going to say anything. I wasn't going to say anything. I was going to leave it up to ambiguity to see if they could figure out who it was. But someone has to spoil surprise on who can't dodge.
Well, it's clear who you meant.
I meant no, and I was just trying to be spicy with the opening. Not throw accusations towards anyone or anything.
Whatever. By the way, I can't see you, just so you know.
I don't care. You don't need to see me.
Anyways, well, and in the podcast form of this, nobody will be able to.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know what's interesting is I've noticed our numbers. We're doing surprisingly well on YouTube. I
stopped looking.
we're well, at least one of ours is doing surprisingly well on YouTube.
Can't do that. Okay.
Oh my gosh. You threw me all off. No, yeah, the 3070 video.
Yeah, because I put 3070 in the title.
65 views.
I flew the system because I put 3070 in there. So it was like 3070. They're talking about the TI 37.
Yeah, well, yeah. But I mean, that one did surprisingly well, right?
It was an elaborate ruse. Although what's
also funny looking back through your videos is how 2023 will look, and there's the Twitch logo with a
that was very I've learned. Well, I mean, I should have put an arrow in there.
Have you learned though?
Have I learned what?
Have you learned that not to say I'm done with the
I didn't say I was done. The entire point of that video is me just being like, hey, I'm not streaming as much and I'm not going to be on a schedule.
Wow. I thought in that one it was supposed to be like, I'm done, my mental.
No, it was literally, hey, I'm just taking some time off. I'm not going to be setting myself to a streaming schedule. If I want to stream 3 days a week, I'm going to stream 3 days a week. If I stream 1 day a week, I stream 1 day a week. That's all it was.
Okay.
I just wanted clicks.
The clickbait train.
I don't even clickbait.
It's clickbait to me. I would have clicked on it for that.
You would have clicked on it regardless. Says the guy who used the same picture in back-to-back videos, just mirrored it, is critiquing my thumbnails.
Hey.
Hey, what?
I wanted to get those videos up quick. I should probably go through and redo some.
So you're like, oh crap, let me just leave it. Even I use that.
Exactly.
Even I use that stupid picture in the last thumbnail for the podcast, which I thought was great, by the way.
Got a lot of usage on it. I mean, that one was like for the first one in particular, that was like my highest effort thumbnail to date. So I photoshopped myself pretending to hold the wand, and then I photoshopped a wand on there, erased part of the image for the wand so that I could.
My gosh.
It
was a whole thing.
Yeah.
And then he redid the same thing and just flipped it for episode 2.
Exactly, but then Specs gave me a good idea.
Oh, to record yourself and just make a bunch of faces and just screenshot them?
Specs is guiding me along the streaming and YouTube video making journey.
Well, you can't get by with just flipping your stupid images.
Hey. I can only do it once, right? Like, you're like, not even once?
Not even.
No, I'll go back there and redo those thumbnails. It was just, like I said, it was a matter of I was in a hurry sort of thing to get content. I got like 4 videos out this week. Can you blame me for being a little rushed?
I got 1.
I
got stuff in the chamber.
That's good. I I'm probably going live for, as we're recording, it's probably going live tonight. And I'll probably record some of it and turn it into a YouTube video.
Yeah, because if you couldn't tell, he didn't realize there was a giant update and has the internet of a snail.
Well,
and it doesn't help
that aspersion I will not deny.
It doesn't help that when you're downloading something, you can't upload at the same time because it'll just clunk everything.
I probably should go through and delete that VOD.
That was great. Hey, this is awkward. I can't do anything because there's a giant update.
How many people have seen the VOD as question?
No one.
No, nobody. Good.
That was me on cheese.
Yeah.
Just delete everything like it didn't happen.
Content. There we go. Yeah. Well. Yeah. No. I just need to get rid of it so that way it's not like a blight on my channel.
Oh, a blight, you say?
Yeah.
A blight, you say?
A blight on my channel. Do I need to be any clearer?
I don't know.
Do I need to speak any more modern English?
I guess so.
I'm not going to. I'm going with old-timey English. And you're just going to have to deal with it, Specs.
You can do whatever you want.
How's the Specs Gaming TV going?
Well, I'm upset that I couldn't get the game we get to play as Jesus Christ for free, so I'm a little bummed that I didn't get that for free.
Oh.
Now I'm already have to pay for it if I want it, which I'm not, but the idea if I could get it for free was there and I missed it. I'm sad.
I'm really bad at checking Epic and
no, I found it on IGN. IGN was given away for free, so now it's like, oh, I'm not paying for that game, but which is it?
What is free on War Pips?
It's free not yet. Not even out yet. It's not even released till Q2 of next year. Of this year.
So, but no, yeah, you said you got 4 videos in the.
I got I got one Harry Potter one I have to edit. I got stuff for the show that I can edit. So there's at least 2. If I'm really cheeky, I could probably get 4 videos out of it.
You know what the problem is?
No.
I care about the content now. Or how much content and what I'm doing, like the effort I'm putting into it.
So
and I shared with you that guy who commented on my
oh yeah, one guy said love you, keep it up.
Love the vids, dude, and never stop posting, my man.
That was me on an alt
and then
account.
Said they make my day. Oh yeah, that was your alt account?
Yeah, that was my alt account.
If that was true.
I'm really a fan of the Wendigo.
I have no idea what Wendigo is even a reference to.
It's just a mythical creature.
Oh, okay. And you're really a fan? This is the mystery solved, is you're like, secretly, to keep Bryce going.
I just want to keep Bryce. I need Bryce to keep going just for my own, just stroke my own ego.
Just so you can look better in comparison.
Yeah, so I know I'm not.
Here's the thing: you're going to keep me buoyed long enough to the point where my content gets better than your content.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. I can already tell you that's probably not going to happen, at least for a couple of years. So, guys, try though.
Probably not. Not unless I started doing it on a basis where I had to put several hours into it a week.
Oh no, the horror.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying is you've had times where you've had to put more effort into your content because it was.
I still don't.
The thing you're doing.
It's still the thing I'm doing.
No, I know, but I'm saying like it's like in terms of
choose your words.
Like my main thing is my full-time job and having a family.
Choose your words very carefully, sir.
No. My thing right now is I have a full-time job and 2 little kids and my wife.
Use your words very carefully, sir.
You don't have quite as much secondary stuff outside of streaming, so
choose your words very. I'm just gonna keep saying it. Choose
those
your words.
Those were my words.
Were they chosen very carefully?
I mean, are you offended?
Like you in the beginning of the intro of this episode, I resent that remark.
Hey. You're only resenting it for content.
When you're not?
Well,
the difference is there's video evidence of you literally getting hit and hit and hit and hit. There's no evidence of me getting hit and hit.
Whatever.
You know why? Because I don't get hit.
Whatever.
I smashed that B button.
Well, I don't.
Clearly.
Hey, I'm used to Final Fantasy where I have just tons of items to heal. And
do you not dodge in Final Fantasy?
RPG. I do a little bit, but most of Final Fantasy does not involve combat surrounding you.
Combat where you can keep the enemies in front of you.
It's still a time-based system. I did start doing that.
I just love the fact that last boss where you're like, oh, this guy's gonna be a pain, and you're constantly trying to levitate him, and it clearly isn't working. Like, oh, maybe this time it'll work. This time.
Well, it was because I had used Expelliarmus, and then I wouldn't have anything else to use, so I would just start casting spells at him, and then like the Flipendo or whatever you want to call it.
You don't have Flipendo. I just got Flipendo.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I didn't know that was. I didn't know if that was like if it was just the spell you're using constantly, or
I think that's just supposed to be Stupefy, and they never actually state it.
The main spell that you're using, like the one you just casted the trigger.
Yeah, I think that's supposed to be Stupefy. I don't know.
Anyways, it's just like a basic bullet, more or less.
Yeah.
But those aren't very strong against the knights. So I was using my jazz hands.
Leviosa doesn't do any damage.
Leviosa, and it wasn't going to do anything because they're armored, and it wasn't doing anything on the spiders either, unless they showed me their underbelly. So
yeah, and the spiders, you light them with ignite, whatever, Igneo or whatever, Ignis.
This is what is so funny is you're the one sitting here making fun of my RPG skills when I could be making fun of your Harry Potter knowledge.
That's fine. I get that doesn't matter.
Incendio. It's Incendio, you freaking muggle.
Why is there Incendio and Glacius? Glacius is literally Latin for ice. Incendio isn't Latin for fire. Ignis is.
I don't know. I'm not the one.
Just saying, I just want consistency. If we're going Latin, we should just stick with Latin. Like Lumos, that's Latin.
There's literally a spell in Harry Potter called Eat Slugs.
Yeah, there's not a lot of thought in that one.
The spell is Eat Slugs. It's not Latin, it's English.
Yeah, it's shortened to the point. It was a newer spell.
Whatever. I'm the one with more Harry Potter knowledge, and that's what we should all take away from this. Let's ignore my terrible RPG skills.
Yeah, how does that knowledge work when it comes to dealing in combat? Oh, it doesn't.
Well, you know what? It enriches my gameplay. I care.
Cool. You know how all the spells work. You can't execute them. Congratulations.
I'm the one who's enjoying the game that I'm playing. You're just playing for content.
I streamed one character. I streamed Frank, my disgusting car dealerships, my disgusting used car salesman who can smell the cigarettes and coffee off of. My main character I have been playing strictly on my own, and no one knows what he looks like.
That's actually what I probably need to do is
Mr.
I know what he looks like because you showed him to me one time.
I did, maybe. Well, either way, I am not making it for. I am not playing it for content. Unlike someone.
I'm not playing it for content.
You just accused me of playing it for. You're streaming it.
Yeah, I'm streaming it, but that doesn't
That's
mean
content.
I'm just playing it for content. I'm playing it because I want to play the game. I'm just using it as a way to boost my streaming and YouTube career.
And what's that called? Playing it for content.
No, I'm not strictly playing for content. My accusation of you was that you were strictly playing it for content,
and I'm not, because I put more hours into it offline than I have online.
How successful it was in content. That it was the most successful thing on Twitch, and you were like,
if I wanted a piece of that pie, I would have streamed it the day I got it, and I didn't.
Well, whatever.
So
whatever. You just wanted to get good at it and pretend like you've been good at it all along. Mister, I'll show you how to do the wizard bocce ball game, and then
that proves nothing.
Score points.
That proves nothing. I'll do it again. I'll make a video on it for that one. And that one I will make
short now as you
it's like redemption.
Like, what now, BrycethePrince Gaming? What now?
Yeah, what now? I can play me in real bocce ball, yo chum.
There is a what's it called, a mod that's in development right now to make Hogwarts Legacy a multiplayer.
I saw, yeah. They need that.
Yeah, that could be some fun content for later. Obviously, once it's like more fleshed out.
If they do a Harry Potter online, it would kill.
Oh yeah.
Hogwarts Legacy online.
They did like a Hogwarts Legacy online, and
dog, I'll jump into an RP server in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I could be the trash man. No, actually, no. I play as Frank, and I could be the used car salesman.
And I'll be.
Can I bring
my car to you and you rip me off?
Can I interest you in a broom? My ex-wife took the kids. I live in a shack in the Forbidden Forest.
Wait, you're not a used car salesman, you're a used broom salesman?
Well, there's no cars at this point, so he has to be brooms.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess there's no
That one broom guy's a fraud. I'm the real salesman. Have you seen a broom like this? It's a push broom. It's wider. You
can still use magic carpets.
That's not... No.
Yeah, there's magic carpets in the Harry Potter universe.
He sells both. It's
okay
because he needs that commission. He needs that sweet commission.
It's never brought up in the movies, obviously, but in
needs it in sweet commission.
In the books, it's brought up that there was once upon a time magic carpets, but they banned them because Muggles use carpets. But apparently, Muggles don't use brooms. Like, I don't get it.
Hey, and Sabrina,
but I guess maybe it's harder to make a broom fly in the Harry Potter universe.
I don't know. In Sabrina, they use vacuums. So I mean, why don't they just fly on vacuums?
I'm sure they could.
Someone comes flying on a dustbuster.
On anything and
someone comes flying in on a dustbuster. Just
basically.
Basically. So yeah, get good at the game, loser.
Hey, I'm getting a lot better, and you can't deny that.
Your comment. I'm never going to forget watching your stream, and I don't think it made it in the video, of you with the stupid mop, and you're like, how do I get this mop? And you're hitting it every spell but Lumios. And I'm just like, oh my God, he is that dumb.
Well, just because I'm not casting every freaking spell in the book.
You basically did.
I didn't. I think I cast Incendio I think maybe God. Incendio. No, I hadn't had Incendio at that point. So no, wait, I did. So it was Incendio. I think I cast Accio and Revelio.
In what universe do you not think, hey, this is a moth? And what are moths attracted to? I know, fire.
Do you know what? That's not the worst point in the world. But
you literally brought one over before.
To be fair, I tried lighting it on fire.
Oh my God.
Hey, I acquiesced, but I have gotten a lot better, and you're no longer puking at my gaming skill.
You haven't streamed in like a week, so I haven't had the opportunity.
Watch my video.
Yeah, but I'm not going to put in the comments your gaming skills make me want to puke.
That'd be funny. get me like torched with anybody who might watch my content.
It's like, oh my god, learn to dodge. Play some Dark Souls. You'll learn really quick where that dodge button is.
Well, hey, I play games that are based less on timing, so no, I play like Valheim and
do you dodge in Valheim?
Much on timing, things just move. They don't have like a sudden like I'm going underground and I'm gonna come up when you're not expecting it.
No one goes underground. They throw spells at you and you
go underground.
What are you gonna do when you're fighting dark wizards who are throwing spells at you? You're in trouble.
I'm gonna keep them in front of me. I did good against the troll.
The troll killed you. The goblins killed
the troll
you.
Kill me? No, the troll didn't kill me.
The goblin did.
Well, yeah, because there was 3 of them, and it took me a second.
No, 3. The horror.
Whatever. This is the only reason you can get away with these dispersions is because this is your platform.
My dispersions. No,
aspersions is the word. Aspersions.
Either whatever. There's a record of this. You put it out for the public to see.
I didn't say they were untrue, but I was saying you're casting them at me. You're putting me in a bad light on your platform.
Because I put myself in a bad light on my platform. I need someone else to take the heat.
Oh, okay.
I understand basic combat. I'm like someone over here.
Hey. I understand. I will say
this though. The minute you get the room of requirement, your life will become way easier.
Oh, I'm sure.
Stacks.
Well, last week you mentioned we should talk about the Nintendo Treehouse.
What was a direct? So we got
Direct. Why did I say Treehouse? That's the other thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah, so we got good old Pikmin 4 being released. We got the Switch is going to get, oh boy, they're going to get a Game Boy and Game Boy Color emulator. Does that make you all perky? It shouldn't, because you can get one for free. You're going to get those now. Yeah, I know, but you can get them I could get it for free on a PC.
And then Metroid Prime Remastered,
which is out. And then they're doing some
Legend of Zelda.
I'm
Tears
excited.
Of the Kingdom.
I gotta beat Breath of the Wild. I gotta beat Breath of the Wild.
I still need to get Breath of the Wild because I'm sure it's a game I'd love. But
yeah. So that came out. Metroid Prime is coming out like Wednesday in like 4 days. Wow, from this coming out next Wednesday, which I don't necessarily care. And then Fire Emblem.
We need to get Jake a Nintendo Switch.
He has one.
Oh, does he? I didn't know.
Yeah.
It's so long since I've really talked to him.
He doesn't have it that often. I don't think he plays it that much. By the way, Mega Man Battle. Wow. Mega Man Battle Legacy is coming out too, which is kind of exciting.
Pikmin 4.
I don't give a crap about screw Pikmin 4. Give me Legend of Zelda. I want more Legend of Zelda. That's all I want.
No, I agree.
More Legend of Zelda.
No, I'd be a lot more excited for the Game Boy Nintendo Switch Online if it had one of the Pokemon games on it.
They had them on the DS, and I have gold on my DS.
Yeah, I have silver and I have blue.
Red or blue, yeah.
On my DS.
Yeah, I'm sure then that's the one thing that angers me with Nintendo is it's just like, if you're gonna do it, just open the catalog up, because it's like, if we really want to play,
like, I'm sure there is a certain amount of like, oh, we have to build an emulator that works properly for each game, but
you can get it for free online and it plays. That's all it is. It's not, they're not like magically restoring these things from the ground up. It's just an emulator. It's an emulator that you can get online that would play the ROM anyway.
They have their own like special like.
No, they don't.
No, they don't. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying unique, but I'm saying
they don't make their own.
Look, I'm not gonna defend Nintendo here.
You do know one of the funniest things they ever did was when they re-released Super Mario 64 on the Switch in that All-Star pack. All that thing was an emulator of a ROM. It was a ROM that they told someone to take down, and they just put it on a cartridge.
Yeah, well.
So Nintendo
with bad business practices.
I know they shut down the entire competitive Smash community strictly because of it too. So
yeah, well, Nintendo's. There's a reason they're spiraling down into nothingness.
It's like if I love the fact they're doing backwards compatible stuff, but it's just I want them to do it all at once. I don't want these small burst of stuff. I just want it all. The
worst part is they come out with the stuff that nobody cares about. Like on Game Boy Advance, one of the few games they have is Super Mario Brothers 3, the Game Boy Advance version.
Some people see the whole thing. I'd rather have them put that on the Super Nintendo or something.
Well, they do. They have the ones on the. Because right now they have on the Game Boy Advance they have Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Brothers 3. It's literally just Super Mario Brothers 3 with some
graphics improvements,
slightly different graphics, slightly different mechanics. Yeah. WarioWare Inc., Minigame Mania,
that's fun.
Kuruin, Mario Kart Super Circuit, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga.
That's a fun one.
And The Legend of Zelda Minish Cap.
Yeah.
And right now their upcoming games are Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, Metroid Fusion, which is a good one to put, Fire Emblem, which is another good one to put.
Which Fire Emblem?
F-Zero Maximum. It just says Fire Emblem, so the original one, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah.
F-Zero Maximum Velocity and Golden Sun. Those are the only announced upcoming games.
Golden Sun.
The fact that they don't have
I'm gonna play
Pokemon or something announced, it's ridiculous. And then
I'm gonna play the crap out of Golden Sun if that's coming.
Game Boy, they at least have Tetris. And then Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX, which is a good one. Gargoyle's Quest, Game & Watch Gallery 3. And Alone in the Dark, The New Nightmare. Metroid 2, Return of Samus. Wario Land 3, and Kirby's Dream Land, with upcoming games being Kirby's Tilt and Tumble, Pokemon trading card game. It's
that's a fun one
right there. They're like Pokemon, but not Pokemon.
Okay, hold on. The Pokemon trading card game was fun. That was a fun one.
I mean, you and I could probably get some good content out of that.
That one's
when
fun.
That comes out,
because it actually teaches you how to play the Pokemon card game.
Yeah,
I think there's stuff in there that's quality. It's just not. It's just it's such a slow drip.
But none of it's stuff that most people are gonna be like, wow, I'm so nostalgic for that.
I mean, you'd be surprised.
There's there's a bit, but
I think they do better.
It played out in about an hour.
See, the whole thing is they do better if they were smart and they want to really push this. Is they put the GameCube on there. So I think that's what people are really going to be yearning for. Is if they were 2024, we're going to drop a GameCube and we're going to put Double Dash in there. We'll give people Double Dash if they have it. We'll give people, I'm trying to think of another big GameCube game.
Dude, if it takes too long for my Hogwarts Legacy to download,
yeah.
Before I post to everybody that I'm live, when I just go live initially, I'm considering grabbing my. Well, I just don't have the hookups for it. Never mind. I don't have my hookups. Never mind. Yeah, that was a plan. I have Double Dash. I just need a hookup to convert my.
You should have just played Valheim. You should have just
played some Valheim.
Yeah.
No, the thing is, I need to play something that's not what's it called?
What?
It's not on my computer, so my computer isn't having the download speed taken away.
Didn't we say we were gonna play Terraria together?
We did, and you never asked me to. You went live yesterday before I was even.
There are this phone. This stuff works two ways. They're slick.
Well, it was your idea. You're the one who wanted to do it.
All right, you want me to do
I wanted to do it too.
All right, you want me to do all the work. All right, slut. Fine.
Oh.
Whatever.
That's great for podcast recording.
What?
Just a burp. Just everybody's listening and then burp. Anyways. No, so we can kind of move on to the All-Star game. We're at the All-Star break.
Woo, I
only put this in here.
Woo, I don't care.
I only put this in here because I got to meet Kenny Jet Smith.
Cool. We're just gonna play this really quick.
Wow.
There's Kenny the Jet.
It's too big.
And Specks is just jealous.
Not jealous, just a little look at me, Louie.
No, what are you doing in the background? Are you gonna post some gameplay of me not able to dodge or something?
Huh. Just played a sound. I just played a sound that said, "Look at me, Louie."
Oh, okay.
Because you're looking at me, Louie. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. You don't need to hear it.
Whatever.
Just know it's there.
Whatever.
Just know it's there.
You thought it was a good idea when I suggested it, and then now you're.
I didn't say
this person's all over the place.
I didn't say, hey, talk about how I got to meet Kenny the Jet Smith.
Well, anyways, it was kind of cool. So.
Oh, look at me.
But no, the All-Star game. Where would you just as a quick question?
What?
Where would you rank out of all the professional sports the All-Star game for the NBA?
Right above the Pro Bowl. Okay. And the Pro Bowl's last.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know. They're probably tied for like the worst.
I don't know. At least the NBA All-Star game comes in the middle of the season and doesn't change the rules for the game.
At least the NBA, I guess, the NFL plays, at least tries to play defense. The NBA doesn't.
Well, the NFL only plays defense because they're doing flag football now.
And in baseball, yeah, baseball has the best All-Star game.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I think baseball has the best.
They even have the best side events too, because like the home run derby is great. 3-point contest.
Yeah, I think the seals competition that's going to go on tonight, because we're recording this on Saturday, is very much boring as all hell right now. Between the dunk contest, I think somebody said they had to get a guy from the G League because no one wants to do the dunk contest anymore. And then the skills competition is just boring. The game itself is boring. It's just boring. I don't know how they need to breathe life into it, but they need to. But I think it still makes so much money. This isn't a shot at involved. This isn't a shot at Utah, but also it's in Utah. It's in Salt Lake City, and it's just like. Pfft.
Well, every team, every city's got to have a chance.
I know, but it's like,
last year was in Cleveland.
No, Cleveland's not exactly a spry thing either. It's just like
it was better than Cleveland.
It's not saying a whole hell of a lot. Like I think I remember somebody saying Cleveland has one bar.
Well, Salt Lake has plenty.
It's just like some of these cities. I know the MLB is the same way. Where it's just like, really, this city.
Yeah, well,
like this year it's in Seattle, which isn't bad.
It really did bring a lot of excitement for Utah.
Oh no, it brings
it's out a lot of the businesses around here. So
no,
and you can have guys like Shaq and Barkley and Kenny the Jet, and then LeBron comes to town, and it's like, oh, it's a big deal, and
then it'll be gone by Monday.
Yeah, and then, but like for me, like I work at a Fox station, and it's we had the Super Bowl. Followed immediately up by the All-Star game.
Aren't Utah. You guys lucky?
And so it was just like lots of sports stuff to like quickly go with.
And now nothing for like a month.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So yeah. Sucks. The All-Star, they need to revamp it. I don't know what, but it's like, it sucks. It's probably the worst All-Star game.
Now to be fair, the All-Star game at least gives us the opportunity to reflect on the slightly more than halfway through the season. And we talked about this a little bit, but with the Lakers trades last week, but we finally got to see them in action this week with Russell Westbrook finally getting some playing. Malik Moore looks pretty good.
Russell Westbrook? You mean D'Angelo Russell?
Did I say Russell Westbrook? D'Angelo Russell. Hey, I'm not the first one on this podcast to say things that are not the right thing.
Pretty sure you are.
No, I think I could go back and
I can't prove that with science. Can't prove that with science.
I could if I had the will.
You know what? But
old content.
Yeah, but you know what I can do with pretty ease? Find your terrible clips.
Well, that's true. So how about we just
like this one right here?
Ignore each other's slip ups and call it a day.
Weird how that one changed the tone real quick. Weird when the threat comes out with the guy who edits it. Can be like, oh crap, he can really show that I'm bad at this. Oh, can't have that happen. Oh no.
Whatever.
No. That's gone too far.
So D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah.
I want to say D'Angelo Russell and Anthony Davis, before they even had a chance to practice together, looked good together. D'Angelo Russell and Anthony Davis, after they had a bit of a chance to practice together, and then also adding in, LeBron James, Malik Moore, and all those guys, suddenly this looks like a team that could do stuff.
Yeah, I think just getting a guy that can actually play on the ball and off the ball pretty well and Russell helps a lot.
Well, and D'Angelo Russell, he spreads out the floor, but he may not be a lights out 3-point shooter. He can shoot about 40%, so he can at least spread it out enough to the point where he gets to keep a defense honest.
Yeah,
now that he's not one of the focal shooters on the team or one of the focal scorers on the team, I think you'll also see him with the Lakers with this kind of roster build. He'll have a better 3-point shooting.
When he doesn't have to be option 2.
Yeah,
like he was in Minnesota,
Golden State, and Minnesota, and
we can be more.
Well, he was never option 2 in Golden State, but he was supposed to be like a main option in Golden State for a little bit there, and then they were like, "Oh, you aren't that good." That's right.
I don't think it was a matter of he wasn't good. He just didn't fit that system. He's not really. He's not really a put up, stop, shooter kind of guy.
Yeah,
he's very ball oriented, but he doesn't necessarily have to be ball oriented.
What he's good at doing is he's good at getting himself into a position where if he does end up with the ball, he can create either an option for himself or for others.
You know what?
He needs others to have opened up the floor a bit for him. And playing with LeBron and Anthony Davis, I think that shows he can be like a good third option. I'm still a little frustrated that we didn't get Buddy Hield
after
when we
all
ended up
that.
Being Russell Westbrook, but
D'Angelo Russell?
No. I'm saying when we traded for Russell Westbrook, the trade rumor was that we were going to trade for Buddy Hield, and then Russell Westbrook called up LeBron and was like, "Hey, I want to come play with you guys." And LeBron went to Pelinka and said, "Make this happen."
Yeah, they've been linked to Buddy Hield since he was in San Francisco, Sacramento.
And I just wish that in all these opportunities that we had gotten him, because he's such a good shooter, especially again, his is another option where he can be lights out if he's not.
But the
problem, one of the focal points in the offense.
The problem is though, I think the Pacers knew that, and it's like they're not gonna send him to the Lakers for free, and they don't want to overpay.
Yeah. I think actually the deal the Lakers ended up getting
done, the deal they got done was like they outkicked
as good
the
as
coverage.
They could have done.
They outkicked that
still
coverage.
Have a draft pick. The draft pick that they did trade away is top 4 protected. So if they do somehow, if they do in the next couple of years, things just hit the fan, then
they're covered.
Then they're at least covered for a top 4 pick.
Yeah. So I think
another
okay.
Wembayama situation, then.
Dare I say that maybe quite possibly D'Angelo Russell's a poor man's Kyrie Irving minus the crazy.
Well, and here's the thing. this offseason, I really do think the Lakers end up with Kyrie Irving.
Oh, 1,000%.
And so you end up with Kyrie Irving. You re-sign Russell Westbrook.
D'Angelo Russell.
Hey, okay. In my defense, both their names have Russell in them.
One's a first name, one's a last name.
Yeah, well,
you keep saying Westbrook.
Still. They re-signed D'Angelo Russell. They signed Kyrie Irving.
Do they even have the cap? Do they even have the cap room to do that?
No. Probably not, but they might be able to do it with sign and trade.
I guess you can say D'Angelo Russell would replace Schroeder. I guess if you want to go that route.
Yeah, well, he'd be a good 6-man option, or you could even say like take out Malik Beasley.
I think but it depends on Kyrie, because if Kyrie's kind of hurt, having like a quality guy who can play point guard isn't exactly a bad thing.
Well, and the word on the street is Kyrie's not exactly gonna be like, hey, I demand all the money you have. He just wants to win.
So if that's the case, he comes to LA and they're like, all right, we can get you and D'Angelo Russell. Because if Russell can play the whole thing is, realistically, if they really wanted to stretch the floor, they can put LeBron at 4.
Yeah.
And because it's not like, because realistically, they're playing positionless. They're playing a positionless offense.
That's true. But that's the thing is, like, I think now they have options.
Whereas before they didn't.
Whereas before, you're kind of back to the corner. I think if you're the Lakers, you try to sign D'Angelo Russell. You try to re-sign him this offseason. You try to make sure he's locked up. And if worse comes to worse and Kyrie Irving does want a lot of money and he's the guy you want, then at least you have that contract to trade away for D'Angelo Russell.
True.
Give him to the Mavs for sign and trade.
True.
But anyways, no, it's great to have a Lakers team that, if they can make a push and make it to the playoffs, which I believe they will now, this isn't a team that I would necessarily count out in any regard. I'm not going to sit here and say they're going to the playoffs, they're going to go to the finals, and this is Lakers champions 2023.
You can.
I just don't think it would be a safe bet. It would be a long shot.
You can have reckless speculation.
Should I be like Skip Bayless? Be like, this Lakers team is it. They're making the playoffs.
If you want,
or not making the playoffs, they're making the finals.
If you want to, I wouldn't go full Skip Bayless, but you can.
No, well, but what's his name did? Kendrick Perkins did say.
I love Kendrick Perkins.
The Lakers. He said the Lakers ceiling is. I think it was Kendrick Perkins. Or was it Kendrick, or was it one of the other guys on the panel? But I think it was Kendrick Perkins. He said he believes the Lakers ceiling is the Western Conference Finals.
I mean, I guess.
And
it is.
Somebody else said, "Are you kidding me? Their ceiling is the playoffs."
Probably, I would say it's more the playoffs. But if Perkins was just like their ceiling's the playoffs, and then if they get to the playoffs, then we can say it's the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, no, I mean, look.
I think the whole thing is it comes down to whether they're healthy. If they're healthy,
who's gonna stop them? If they're healthy come playoff time, I don't know why you'd count out any team that has LeBron and AD for a 7-game series in any series. But the thing is would I want to predict, like at the beginning of the playoffs, would I want to say, yeah, they're going to the finals? No, because I don't trust AD or LeBron to be healthy from game 1 of the first series through to the finals.
Yeah.
But this is a team that has a lot more depth, a lot more, things are in place for them to do things.
And they'll be on a stretch. They're going to have to play a lot of in contention teams. So we'll see. Because there's nothing to really, they could realistically have home court advantage.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to pass up the Clippers, but I think the Clippers are, in terms of fraud teams in the West, it's the Suns and the Clippers are ahead of the Suns because the Clippers don't do jack in the playoffs.
Well, and here's the thing. I remember when the Clippers got Kawhi and Paul George, everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, they're champions forever."
Yeah,
and I was like,
playoff Paul's a thing, dude.
I was like, really? Like neither like Kawhi had success in San Antonio, but with a team that had experience. And then he had success in Toronto, which I will say was just a magical season. Like, yeah, I give him full credit for Toronto, but like by that point, I was like, can he really take this squad, this as it's currently built, to the finals? Even now, I don't think this is a team he can take to the finals.
They get wins, but it's just when you're up. The problem with it is Paul George just disappears in the playoffs. Like playoff Paul is a thing. Playoff P is very much a thing.
I think he played all right in last year or the year before's playoffs.
It's just they're gonna get. I just don't trust them because Kawhi could just be like, oh, I mentally sprained my knee and I can't play, like sort of thing. Yeah. But right now, like if going into the playoffs, it's probably like the Mavs, the Suns, and then the field. Or not the Mavs, the Nuggets, the Suns, and then the field.
So,
baseball's back!
But yeah, baseball's back. Spring training.
My crack addiction.
Pitchers reporting, I believe.
Pitchers and catchers reported on Tuesday that some of the guys are already there, but they don't have to be there until like early next week. Or this week, rather, I guess. Is I think how it goes. So, I think a lot of the guys are there early because of the World Baseball Classic. So they're trying, like, because I know like Trout, Ohtani, like the Angels have like a bunch of guys that are going to be out. I think Stassi, Fletch, Ohtani, Sandoval, Rengifo, like a lot of these guys are going to be out. So I'm sure they're kind of coming in early to get reps in and stuff and all that stuff. And what's fascinating, if we can talk about Team USA for a second, is all of a sudden Team USA is very soft on pitching right now, which is not looking good. For good old Team USA.
So the question will be for every person that comes up to the plate for Team USA is, can he pitch?
Yeah, it's just the Angels again because their offense will be great, but they've lost. They lost pitching wise. They've lost Kershaw. They've lost Kershaw. They've lost what's his face from the Giants. They lost a lot of guys. So pitchers they've had they lost Cortez, they lost Kershaw, they lost Brooks Raley, they lost a good number of guys. So it's really going to be like, well, can they hit? Which is
do you love that they couldn't get Kershaw because they said they couldn't afford the Kershaw insurance? No insurance company would insure Kershaw because he's injured too often.
That bugs me to a point where I'm like, really, someone can't just be like, hey, whatever, we'll deal with it. Because the problem with these giant contracts is like, there's such a liability and it's so rough. But I mean, they have an offense to carry them, but it's just like, dude, when your best pitcher is arguably going to be, is arguably right now Matt Carpenter or Lance Lynn. It's like, all right. They're gonna need something. They're gonna need a little bit more help, and I don't know if they're really gonna find it anytime soon.
So Shohei for gold?
Do I think Japan's gonna
win?
Shohei
for the championship?
I mean, Japan's always good.
Yeah. So Shohei for the championship. He'll pitch and hit for Team Japan.
I mean, he will. I don't necessarily
pitch and hit his way to the championship.
So in terms of tournament play, the United States wouldn't play Japan until like the semifinals going into the finals. So realistically, you could see a US Japan is probably the favorites right now. But looking at like pools C and D with just heavy hitters, like the United States is a heavy hitter. Pool D has the Dominican, Venezuela, and Puerto Rico, also heavy hitters. So those are probably the three teams you're gonna. So what you're gonna have realistically here is in Pool C. It's probably gonna be the United States, and probably if favorites pull out, it's gonna be United States and Canada from Pool C. Pool D, someone's getting knocked out from Puerto Rico, Venezuela, and Dominican Republic. They're gonna be loaded. On the other side, it's probably a little easier. Like, all I can really say is like, oh, Japan's going to go through. Japan and Korea will probably go through. On the other side, I think it's more of a toss-up. It could be Italy and Cuba. It could be any of them. But, like, Pool C and D, that second round is going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah.
So you could have a finals. You could ultimately have a finals of Shohei Ohtani versus Mike Trout for a title.
It'd be fun. Maybe Mike Trout could make like a bet with
I'm
Shohei
sure.
And be like,
I'm 1,000% sure if those two face each other.
Look, if we beat you,
I'm
if we
sure.
beat Team Japan, you're gonna re-sign with the Angels.
Why
for
is that
10
Patrick?
years,
Why is that a Pat? Why'd you turn into
contract.
Patrick Wahlberg for that for a second there?
Hey,
Peter.
Hey, Peter.
Oh man. But they signed Matt Moore, left-handed reliever, who did really well last year. We'll see what he does this year, but it'll help fill out the bullpen a little bit. Another extra lefty.
Are you a believer in contract years?
Am I a believer in contract years?
Yeah. Do you believe players perform better because they're in a contract year?
Not necessarily.
So that I guess would benefit your view of Matt Moore in terms of. If you believed in contract years, then you'd say, oh, he was just playing his, lights out because, well, maybe not lights out, but he was playing very good because.
I'm also one of these guys where I'm also one of these guys where I look at rankings. I think, and I got to make just a video on it, but I look at the ratings and I think we're really, for whatever reason, everyone loves to jump on rookies in rankings, and I think we jumped the gun a little bit. Like, I saw Julio Rodriguez is like all of a sudden a consensus top 10 player in the league. I'm like, he's not a top 10 player in the league. He had 1 year. Like, we can't just be jumping the gun on these guys. Like, Adley Rutschman, same thing. Like, he's like in the top 50. I'm like, dude, he hasn't even played a full year. We need to pump the brakes on some of these guys. Cause like it's weird. I don't understand it. And I think that's something like we do with stats and short-term stats is things light up the page and we're like, this will project out, to this. And it's like, maybe we let it play. Bigger sample size.
Yeah.
Because it's like, do I think Matt Moore is going to pitch that well this year? Probably not. Is he going to pitch effectively? Probably.
But no, yeah, I mean, it's nice. I really do feel like, I do really feel like the Perry. Sorry, I really do feel like Perry paid attention to what the Angels actually need and ignored the media. Like, get pitching and. You got to spend all the money on this, and it was like he did a good job.
Pitchering, huh?
I said pitching.
You said pitchering, like pitchering.
We'd have to go back and replay the whole thing. I'm pretty sure I said pitching. So it's my word versus yours, and all that kind of stuff. And anyways,
all right, well then.
But pitching, it may, doing this through Discord always. Affects that. So
speaking of pitching,
Ohtani.
I get real tired.
Opening day starter.
Did I see something else that said the Angels were like 15th in retention were in 15th to re-sign Ohtani? It's like he's not even a free agent. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, well, no. So we had that tweet from Ohtani, or not tweet. We had that tweet about what Ohtani said. Basically, he was asked, are you gonna try to negotiate a contract extension with the Angels? And he said, I just need to find the tweet so that way I'm not not misquoting Ohtani myself. I don't want to be like some of these journalists and just say what sounds good. Here's the reporter, except she's got so many tweets.
Who are you looking at?
I can't find it. It's Sarah Venezuela. She's the one who, like, one of the first ones who was like...
All right, I'm going to read. This is from Sam Blum. Asked Shohei Ohtani twice if he was open to a contract extension with the Angels. Wouldn't say yes or no. As of now, I'm an Angel, and that's what I want to focus on. He wasn't sure if he said he wasn't sure if his agent spoken to the Angels, Angels front office about extension. Ohtani wouldn't say he's committed to reaching free agency. He said if he doesn't sign an extension, he's naturally going to be a free agent. Ohtani said he believes he and the Angels are on the same page about wanting to win, but he can't know what they really feel, though he hopes it's the case.
Yeah, well, and so the part of all the quotes that I was kind of focusing on that a lot of people were like up in arms about was he said, he also, right before he said you got into the quote, he says, "This is my last year, and I'm aware of that. As of now, I'm an Angel, and that's all I want to focus on." And Sarah Venezuela just quoted it like that. And so a bunch of people were like, "Oh, Ohtani's saying that he doesn't want to be an Angel anymore. This is his last year. We should trade him." But no, Ohtani just was saying, this is the last year of my contract. And I'm aware that this is the last year of my contract and that everybody's going to be asking me if I'm going to sign an extension. Why are we reading so deep into...
Because I think people want clicks, and it's like everyone kind of says, like, they love using the Angels as clickbait because they think it'll get him stuff, especially like on the East Coast, because they had this really weird thing of like, oh, he wants to play on the East Coast for winter. It's like, but he could have done that 7 years ago, and kind of going. And then adding to it, Jeff Fletcher from the Orange County Register says, Ohtani said he hadn't had any deep conversations with the Angels about his future. He says he's not focused on the future right now. That was the only real quote I saw from Fletcher. I don't think there was anything else from Jeff Fletcher that I can see per se.
But yeah, no, I mean, like, and that's the whole point is I thought Mike Trout and Ohtani weren't marketable, and yet everybody's using them for their marketing.
Because I think, here's the funny bit about it is people don't understand marketing in general, and don't understand how do I put this? I think people look at the NFL and compare it to like the NFL and the NBA, where guys there are their brands. Like LeBron's his own brand, Kyrie's own brand. Like the big stars are their own brands.
Yep.
Whereas in baseball, you don't really have that. You're not necessarily seeing them out in the forefront. And for a lot of people, that really drives people crazy because they want it. Like one of my favorite things is like, I'll hear it all the time on the Dan Le Batard show, is like Trout could walk in a room and no one would know who Trout is. And they say, well, that's the problem. Yeah. And it's because it's like what people forget is people are enamored with Jeter because they think Jeter would say things. Jeter didn't say jack diddly shit. Jeter didn't say anything. The only difference between Jeter and like Trout was Jeter got plastered every year because he was in New York and the New York Yankees captain. The issue isn't baseball's marketing. It's that sports knocks the personality of these guys. Like, even now when he went out and showed, I'm going to show an old cover, but like the new cover of MLB The Show 23, like he didn't say jack diddly shit in that interview either. None of these guys say anything. They're robotic people who don't show personality. So why in the world, like, what do you want baseball to do? And it's like, what do you want baseball to do? They can't market people who don't talk. And it's
They and that's why like one of the few people I think that has any sort of brand of their own in baseball is Bryce Harper.
Yeah, because Bryce Harper's not afraid to talk. That's the whole bit. Is you can hate Bryce Harper and say like, oh, he's a cocky SOB, but he's the only one that shows any personality.
Yeah,
like he's one of the few.
Yeah, Bryce Harper, maybe Jazz Chisholm.
Jazz Chisholm's gonna be one of those guys who show personality, but like,
there's a few here and there, but I think if he was to ever break out as a star, Joe Adele probably would.
Maybe, but like I said, they're trying to compare it to everything to like what the NBA and NFL are, but the difference is like they market their stars, 2, it's a limited window. And everyone will be like, sure. And everyone goes, well, that's why baseball's dying. And I got in an argument with somebody because they misconstrued what I said about a celebrity all-star game. And I'm like, the point of the matter isn't we're like complaining about the same thing where I'm like, they need to put faces to, but the problem is like it was JoJo Swana playing the celebrity softball game. Like, that's great because JoJo Swana has a personality. My argument was that other TikTok stars do not have the personality and their families are deadpanned and bring nothing to the party. That's the problem. Is like when you look at like JoJo Swana, like her entire family's bubbly and stuff. Some of the other TikTok stars, when you look at their extended families, are the most boring fuckers on the planet. Like, that's your problem. Like it's not like that's the problem.
Well, yeah, some like when it comes to like say like LeBron, some of them you knew for years were going to be these big stars in the NBA, or at least you had the hope that they would be. And so a lot of these families can at least kind of build up an image and a personality for.
But even LeBron, media. But it's like, does LeBron actually say anything?
But in baseball and in like you were saying, like TikTok, like a lot of these places, these aren't people who are going out there and going, "I'm going to be a star," or maybe they are, but like,
but they don't market.
They don't have that guarantee. Their families are looking at it and going, maybe, yeah, you're really good, but maybe.
even now, you things might change because you can watch with MLB season ticket now, or MLB.TV subscriptions, which that's something else if we want to throw in here. Bally's going to go under. And if that's the case, they might not even have an RSN. They might be like, hey, we're going to be live stream and you pay $130. You get all the games. Like, and now you get to watch, I think, most of the minor league games this year. And it's going to be at a substantially discounted rate per game. So
yeah, I honestly do wonder, and I do wonder if any of these other
but these teams also don't market really well.
But I do also wonder if any of these other networks are going to swoop in and
no, they won't. Not
try to do something
with Bally, if Bally wasn't an RSN, I would agree with you that someone else would take him, but no one. I'm trying to think of the right word. RSNs can die and no one would care. To be completely frank. Because if you were to tell, if the blackout, if you had no blackout, 0, would you rather have, because what teams are blocked out for you? I don't, if you have any.
For me?
Yeah.
The Rockies and the Diamondbacks.
Okay, so let's say Bally goes under. You get MLB.TV, and you can watch whatever game, any game you want. You can watch. There's no blackouts, none, and all you pay is
because the Rockies and the Diamondbacks are my only blackouts.
No. But
that's already the case for me.
No. But my point being is that blackouts lifted.
No, yeah.
You know how much inherent value you get from people who would, because right now, like, my cable bill is over $200 with sports. If I could without sports, you can theoretically cut it in half. You can cut it down to like $100 and then just pay $100 once to get games across, all the games plus all like the majority of these minor league games, you know what that inherent value of that is now? That's insane. That's a hell of a value. Because now you can like, and that's probably what you're going to head toward, is you're going to head towards paying $24 a month or a flat rate of 130 with spring training, all the spring training games, all Major League Baseball games, and the majority of minor league games. That's huge. That's a giant value. That'll help grow this game, because now you want to see like Mickey Moniak and Joe Adele play in Salt Lake, you can watch it at home.
Yeah, no, I see your point.
And by the way, I do think Bally's going to go under. Bally's dead in the water.
Probably.
It's just a matter of how quick in baseball. Because I think ultimately, though, if Bally goes under, the RSN blackouts will get lifted, and will get lifted in a heartbeat. Because that exclusivity is going to go away.
I could certainly see that happening. Yeah.
And if you're baseball, you get all the revenue.
Yeah.
So here's to Bally losing. Screw you, Sinclair, you worthless piece of trash.
I guess it depends on how Sinclair decides to divest its assets. Because just because they're going under doesn't mean they can't sell to.
Well, if they, who's going to want it?
I don't know.
I guess argumentatively,
I don't have any realistic knowledge of this.
Okay, I guess realistically, it could be like Comcast, I guess, swoops in and get all the deals, because I know they have deals with certain teams.
Nexstar could do something, I'm sure.
Yeah, Nexstar. I mean, or they just go on their own. I think the smart teams just move to stream, but I really do think baseball's just going to be like, let it die, void the contract, and they go on their own.
Yeah, it's possible for sure.
We'll see what happens.
It's. I shouldn't just say it's possible. It's definitely seems to be trending that way. The way that Manfred is talking, it seems like we're headed towards.
Which would be a bigger win.
Taking over.
Which would be a win.
So it'd be a win for both baseball and for the fans. So
as long as that cost doesn't drastically increase, but I don't think it will. You can't beat that value.
Yeah.
At all. But I think that'll put a bow on this one. Got anything you want to add?
Nope.
All right. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your week. Bryce still sucks at Harry Potter, and he'll probably be streaming during the week, so will I. And maybe he'll get better.
Hey.
What? Am I wrong?
You're just gonna leave me out to dry like that at the end of the podcast.
I can't hit MLB The Show, and I play that game mainly, so hey.
Whatever.
All right. I'll see you guys.
I'll be playing.
See you guys all laters. Bye.
Peace.